I don't think there'll be a day in my lifetime that I won't be a gun owner. This weekend is the Iowa pheasant opener, and a long-standing tradition for myself. I think since age 4, I haven't missed the opener. Hunted with my dad and my uncle and their friends, and that tradition now we've passed through my group. My friends come from here locally and around the country, will come in and spend the opener with us. And now John, my son, and his generation have started down that tradition. We've introduced a lot of people to shooting sports, in this case especially shotgun hunting. So we always try to get kids involved, and men and women that haven't had an opportunity to hold a gun. We talk a lot about gun safety and how to properly carry and discharge the weapon without any harm to anyone. For us, it's about the hunt of the wild bird, taking care of them after you've harvested the birds, cleaning, and then immediately preparing fresh pheasant, and then serving it to the hunters and our guests the night of the opener. It's from the hunt to the table, from the farm to the table. So for us, it's connect the dots. It's not just about going out in the field and killing. It's more important to us is to have a good ethical hunt, harvest a few birds, and then prepare it immediately and serve it so that people can really get that understanding of what hunting is about. Hunters are truly great environmentalists because we, through our license fees and excise taxes, we give back to nature. People that come here are amazed that we've built all forms of habitat. We've reestablished prairie, bee pollinator. In my lifetime, I've planted over 20,000 trees for habitat. And so that might be good for the deer and the pheasants, but I've also created habitat for songbirds and for small game and all forms of wildlife that are here. The right to bear arms and ownership of guns, obviously for us here at the farm, centers more around the hunting and shooting sports. But when you look at the broader scope of what the right of ownership of guns is, it really speaks about freedom. It's the freedoms that we have afforded to us by our ancestors. Guns for us represent a part of that freedom that we're given as a U.S. citizen, as an American. And for the traditions of gun ownership and the scope allows people throughout the country the freedoms to have them for enjoyment, have them for self-defense. Yes, the NRA is a very strong lobby for us as gun owners, and obviously we are NRA members, and we vote the way for those politicians that believe in keeping these freedoms. And important freedoms, because once you start taking away freedom, you work against what America is all about.
Yeah, boys! Rooster!
I think it's proof in the last presidential election how strong that vote is. It's one of the strongest votes because you had a candidate that was anti-gun against a strongly endorsed in favor of gun candidate in Trump, and through that it swung the election. At least a good part of the electorate that helped get President Trump in came from the gun owner side, from the people that believe in the freedom of gun ownership. I don't think there'll be a day in my lifetime that I won't be a gun owner. My dad had guns that he's passed to me and to my son. John will someday, and Abby and Dan, if they want, will have some of those guns. That tradition will be passed to their kids, hopefully. So that right of ownership doesn't end for us as a family. With the passing of one generation, it's about gun ownership as far as our right and freedom from generation to generation and carrying those traditions on. tell you, we've had amazing experiences with people from all over the country that come in here and say, I never realized this is what hunting is about. We are about the circle of nature and bringing that full circle around so people can enjoy the sport of hunting, the preparation of food, and the enjoyment and fellowship that comes with that. And that is our philosophy on hunting here in Iowa, especially the traditional Iowa Open.